17-year-old Mira never expected that a single glance could change everything. She had always been quiet, careful, almost invisible to the world. School felt like a routine she walked through without truly being seen. But then Ava arrived, a transfer student with sunlit hair, a bright laugh, and a confidence Mira found both intimidating and magnetic. The first time their eyes met across the crowded hallway, it felt like the world just paused for a second. Ava smiled, a warm, genuine smile, and in that moment, Mira's heart completely forgot how to beat. She tried to dismiss it, telling herself it was just admiration, just curiosity, just something else she didn't want to name. Their connection began slowly, in small, almost unnoticeable ways. A borrowed pen, choosing to sit near each other in English class, sharing small jokes that made Mira laugh harder than she had in years. Ava had this incredible way of looking at her like she was someone worth noticing. And for Mira, that was a feeling she never wanted to let go of. One afternoon, their English teacher paired them together for a film project. They decided to create a short piece about self-discovery, a theme Ava said she deeply related to. They spent the next few days filming in the quiet corners of the school, under trees with falling autumn leaves, and in the old drama room where the afternoon sunlight hit just right. Every single moment felt like a scene from a love story, one that Mira wished she could live inside forever. But the more time she spent with Ava, the harder it became to hide what she was really feeling. Whenever Ava tucked her hair behind her ear or smiled with that little dimple on her cheek, Mira found herself staring for just a little too long. Her thoughts were becoming loud and messy. Does she feel this too? Am I just imagining it all? What if? What if I like her? The question echoed in her mind, both terrifying and exhilarating. Late one evening, while they were reviewing footage at Mira's house, the conversation shifted. It became soft, vulnerable, and incredibly real. Do you ever feel different? Ava asked. Her eyes still fixed on the computer screen in front of them, Mira hesitated. Her heart starting to race. Different how? Ava swallowed, her voice dropping to a whisper. Like you're feeling something you're not sure you're allowed to feel. The silence in the room stretched out, heavy, yet strangely comforting. Mira felt her heart pounding louder than the ticking clock on her wall. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, she nodded. Ava finally turned to face her, her eyes shining with a fear that perfectly matched Mira's own. I think I like girls, she breathed, the words hanging in the air between them. And I think I like you, Mira's breath caught in her throat. The entire world seemed to blur, and the only thing in focus was Ava, every detail sharp and beautiful. She wanted to respond, to confess everything she had been holding inside for weeks, but the words were stuck. Her voice was gone. So instead, she reached out. Her fingers brushed against Ava's. It was a quiet promise, a silent understanding that passed through that small, trembling touch. A soft, relieved smile spread across Ava's face. She leaned closer, her forehead gently resting against Mira's. I was hoping you'd feel the same, she whispered. Mira nodded again, tears welling up in her eyes, not tears of sadness, but of relief, of finally understanding a part of herself she had kept hidden for so long. Their first kiss wasn't dramatic like the ones in the movies. There was no soaring music. No grand declaration, it was just two girls in a quiet bedroom, discovering what love felt like for the very first time. It was slow and shy and sweet, like a secret they were giving each other permission to share. In the days that followed, everything felt different. The world seemed brighter, more vibrant. There were small, secret moments that belonged only to them, holding hands under the desk in class, sharing smiles. Across the cafeteria that spoke louder than any words could. Walking home together with their pinkies linked, small but daring signs of their blooming romance. But alongside the joy, there was fear too, a quiet anxiety that lingered in the background. What would their friends say? How would their families react? They knew the world wasn't always kind to girls who loved other girls. They were navigating uncharted territory, and it was scary, but they found strength in each other, taking it one step, one day at a time. Together, they felt like they could face anything. As they put the final touches on their school project, they chose the title together, Feelings for Her. It felt perfect. The film's final scene showed the silhouettes standing in a warm sunset glow, their hands intertwined, a perfect reflection of the love they were still learning how to be brave about. When the film played for the class, their teacher praised its raw emotion and powerful storytelling, completely unaware of how real, how deeply personal it truly was. As the credits rolled, Mira looked over at Ava, who smiled back at her, her eyes full of pride and overwhelming affection, and in that moment, for the first time in her life, Mira felt completely whole. She felt seen, she felt understood, and most importantly, she felt accepted, especially by herself. This wasn't the end of their story. It wasn't a happily ever after, because those don't really exist. This was just the beginning, a beginning of a love found quietly, bravely, and beautifully.